All right, guys. Weather Impact Live. If you can hear us, guys, we've got air in our ear.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Welcome, everybody. I'm 10 Tampa Bay Chief Meteorologist Bobby Deskins.
And I'm meteorologist James Gregorio.
And a little bit different on our set here, both of us now, so we can be looking at what we're talking about.
Thank goodness
here.
we're not 6'5" each, and we might be banging knees together under here or something, right?
Well, when James Hopkins sits here,
Hopkins is going to take enough room for two of us.
It'll be something like this, with him sitting down too. By
exactly.
the way. But let's talk about our upcoming forecast. It's a travel week
Busy
for everybody,
week.
right?
Huge week.
So
1 million travelers through TPA in the course of the week.
Yeah, because there's 900,000 normally, but this week it's a million. There's usually a lot coming through there,
no doubt.
But we don't have a lot of weather for us to worry about, which is kind of a problem because we want rain.
We
really
need the rain, right?
But we do have a really small chance for some showers as we get into it. Looks like now early Thursday morning, probably like 5, 6 in the morning if the models hold. I think the time will change a little bit.
And if that front doesn't break apart.
Yeah, I mean, it probably will.
Yeah.
Right. It is breaking apart. We're just kind of betting that there'll be enough moisture still left over, that it's enough to hold together and give us
some leftovers before the leftovers.
A shower, yeah, exactly. There you go. There's actually a couple showers down south. If you look on the map now, down towards Fort Myers, we've got a couple sprinkles. I'm not exactly sure that's all rain, but it is now pushing back off towards the west-southwest. We've got more of a northeasterly flow at the surface, and so while this is not helping us, this is much needed, including for our friends down in the south.
Yeah, I mean, all of the West Coast, I feel like, has been exceedingly dry, especially as you make your way up towards the Panhandle, where they're in exceptional drought, and even in towards Jacksonville.
And here's the surface map. And what's been the deal for us is we've had this high pressure up here, okay? And it pushes these fronts through, there's nothing to it, and then it just kind of sits over the whole area. And then up above all of this is a high that's sitting out in here. All right, that's really driving our warmer weather more than anything else, and sinking air. So you got sinking air here, plus you've got relatively sinking air here coming in from the north at the surface, and that just sets up for very dry and very sunny conditions. Now, and foggy too, by the way.
Right. Nothing's mixing out, but nice little tornado watch box there in eastern Texas. So busy afternoon, no doubt. If you're flying into Houston, that's going to be some problems.
Yeah, and all the way up in the Mississippi, although not a lot of that's, Memphis. Memphis is going to get a lot of rain, but the severe weather threat is in East Texas, mainly north of Houston, and that does include up towards Alexandria and the northern parts of Louisiana, at least. We'll give it that because there are a little bit of them there. But this system, I mean, here's the system driving this, okay?
Yep.
And it's heading off like that. It's heading off to the east-northeast. It's not diving southeast. And that's what we would need for us to get
significant rain.
Better chance for some rain and then some cooler air back behind that. I do think, however, that will eventually happen. So let's look at the forecast model here. This is the European model. And there is Wednesday at noon.
So you can see it looks a lot more put together. That line looks more established. It looks pretty good over the Gulf. Looks pretty good, exiting the Panhandle, getting closer to the Nature Coast.
Which is not bad because they are really dry.
They really need it too, so.
Very dry up there, the Panhandle. In fact, it's an extreme drought in this area right here. So they're going to get a little bit of rain for that because we're really going to be talking about wildfire season sooner than later this year. But that's us.
And it kind of just breaks apart, kind of that split.
There, let's back up right there. That's 5 in the morning. And you can see, that's why we're saying what's left of this.
Right.
All right, how much rain is left? You can see some rain out ahead of it with the only front. But see this air, these winds coming in like that? That is dry air. And that actually erodes the moisture in the storms, in the shower.
I mean, so the front is sort of falling apart and the dry air is kind of working in at the same time. So it's unfortunately kind of a piddly thing that's left as it continues its southward progress.
But here's the deal. This is 3 and 4 in the afternoon, 5, 6 in the afternoon on Thursday. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Cooler, less humid, that's for sure. That's good. And then for all you Black Friday shoppers, this is let's go all the way back to 4 a.m. Well, like I said, we talked last week. People just don't camp out like they used to.
No.
But
Getting that portable chair out of like Dick's Sporting Goods or something like that, or Circuit City or whatever.
Now look,
Circuit City.
I was going to say, we're showing our age, but now we were really showing our age. Well, because then it turned to Best Buy.
Right.
Because but you had to be there. Now you could just get it all online and find good prices, and so okay, sidetrack, but not as much.
We digress.
For that. Yeah, man, we're gonna have to change the name of the show when it's you and I doing this.
Exactly.
And put it in black and white, maybe.
This show sponsored by your ARP card.
Opal. What is it? What was the milk? Ovaltine?
Ovaltine.
Ovaltine,
right.
Ovaltine.
We're back with the Nestle, the Hershey's in the actual tin, right?
Jello pudding pops. All right, here we go with some showers for Sunday. All right, see that? That is a very small chance early on Sunday morning. So we're talking early Thanksgiving morning is a small chance. And then again, as we get into early on Sunday morning, it's not a lot. But the key to this is when you see this, and we'll talk temperatures a little bit, when we already get a rain chance coming back and these winds, let me do this right here. You see these winds that are coming in here from the east and the southeast, that is warm. That is also muggy. So we're going to back out a little bit. Let me go all the way back here. This is the front coming through. So what's happening here, it's kind of warm and muggy, right? Warm and muggy winds, cool and dry winds behind it. So we do, and I guess that's pretty good headline, cool off on Thanksgiving. You can see
into
the
Black
winds,
Friday, right.
And into Black Friday as well. Black Friday's here, still have that flow. See that flow coming in out of the north. But when that wind turns to the northeast, it starts to warm us back up just a little bit, but it does. It gets warmer.
And then it'll continue swinging around to the southeast.
So,
and that's where we really start to, or east,
look
southeast.
Look at Saturday. I mean, that's Friday.
Yep.
Friday's northeast. Saturday, that's early Saturday morning. It's almost east. That is a quick warm up.
Yeah, so it's the cold air is short-lived.
Yeah, so we're talking basically 60s on Thanksgiving and then 80s by Saturday, right? 60s Thursday, 70s Friday, 80s by Saturday.
If you don't like where we're at, just hang out a few hours.
Yeah. and look, it's kind of typical. Maybe that's a little bit more of a warm up for us. But it's pretty typical.
I feel like we've been above the normal high this time of year is 78.
Yep.
So we've been above that every single day, and not by a degree or two. We've been in the 80s pretty much every single day. So we've been above that by 4 degrees, 5 degrees frequently.
So here's the rain chance. You don't see a lot. I mean, we went 20% on early Thursday morning, and Sunday's not on the list there today so far yet, obviously. And yes, we could certainly use the rainfall. This is just got updated Thursday. You can see it went further inland. We showed you that last week. Here's that upper level high pressure I was talking about where the word warm is. And then you see how it sinks southward. This is the trough. That's the cool shot, right? That's the brief shot of cool air that we'll get, but there's not a lot there.
It's not super deep. It's not like when we had the record-breaking cold the other day.
Yeah,
a week ago, whatever it was. So it's not nearly as deep, and that's why it's probably also a little shorter lived, and that warm air kind of bounces it back pretty quick.
And it's not going to last very long either. That is Friday already. It's moving out. And then notice the warm air, really the high pressure ridge to the south.
Wins the battle, no doubt.
Just kind of builds right back over it. And so here you go. You've got another trough. It's just not that deep. So if you want cooler weather, we've got it, but not that much cooler. And then right now, with this big high sitting up here in the mid-levels, it's going to be tough to get a lot of cold air in here. I think as we work our way into December, we'll probably see a little bit more of that, but it's going to be a little tough to see that between now and then. All right, let's show you real fast these temperatures, and we're going to take a break here. That's it. That's the temperature at the surface. Pay no attention to that jet stream. But you can see that cool down. That's Friday. That's Saturday. It's lifting up. Sunday, Monday. Look at that. Coming back warm. Look where the cold air is in New England.
Yeah, where it should be.
And central and western United States again. So we're in the middle of switching the pattern up from where it's been cold out west and warm in the southeast to we're going to switch it a little bit for December, but we kind of are in the in-between period.
Yeah, a little transition.
And so you'll get some, and then you warm back up, get some, warm back up, and then we'll get some cooler air. Okay, 4:41, let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Before hurricane season hits, it's time to prep your home. Familiarize yourself with where your water shutoff valve is located. If backflow prevention devices are installed, get them tested annually.
Those are some great tips, and Cool Today is here to help you weather the storm. For over 60 years, we've been here to help Floridians with their cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs. We can help you prepare, protect, and repair your home. Call 888-40 today.
I was driving when a Ford pickup truck barreled into me from behind, sending me to the hospital.
I knew my husband was going to need an excellent attorney, so I called Dan Newland.
I'm so glad my wife called Dan. Dan really fought for me. He won my case and got me $650,000.
If you've been involved in a car accident, allow me to fight for you. Call me now at 813-888-8000.
Thanks, Dan, for winning my husband's case.
This autumn, give your home the upgrade it deserves. Save up to 20% during California Closet's Autumn Upgrade event, making it easier than ever to transform your space with our select finishes. Whether it's a walk-in closet, home office, pantry, or garage, our designs are about more than organization. They're about creating space for what belongs. We call it practical magic, expert design that feels effortless. Visit one of our 3 Tampa Bay showrooms or schedule your complimentary consultation today at CaliforniaClosetsTampaBay.com.
Windows are created and installed with different levels of quality. Unique quality that can withstand the tropical climate. Our installers only install PGT custom windows and doors, so we are the go-to experts. Don't take my word for it. We have been named Best of Tampa Bay 3 years in a row, Reader's Choice in Sarasota 3 years in a row, and nationally recognized as Window and Door Dealer of the Year. Price is what you pay, but value is what you get. Give WeatherTight Windows a call today, and don't forget the cookies.
All right, 443, welcome back. We are going to take you a little bit on a ride here. We showed you, in fact, you can take a look at this satellite radar right now, the storms that are in East Texas and the rain. It's been raining there for a while. And that will clear out, I think, later tonight and early tomorrow morning. But let's take you, where are we going, live outside right now in Texas, I think?
Yeah, we have a couple different options. We're going to first start ski resort, Copper Mountain.
No, this is Texas.
Oh, this is Texas.
All Texas
all right,
first.
All Texas first. So again, so it looks like, was there storm damage? There was storm damage there, yeah?
Harris County, Texas. This is that a live look right there? They literally have a live look. At the house, the roof.
Yeah, I'd say there's a little storm damage there, right?
Yeah. So the jet stream is over top of that, and it's dipping down and kind of coming back up. And so there's a lot of high winds aloft. And what you're seeing is a result of that. So basically you get thunderstorms moving through that. You can get some strong winds coming down. I can't, looking at that, I can't tell if that's straight line wind or tornadic damage, but
a good chunk of
everything else around
off.
it is okay. So I'm assuming that might be straight line wind damage. But either way, they do have a tornado watch for parts of that area. Someone captured a potential funnel cloud here. This is forming near the Houston area, and that's definitely a chance for a funnel for touching down right there.
Yeah.
Some scud out ahead of it right there that you see on the right-hand side. So, yeah, and that's pretty close. You'd have to watch. So that's the wall cloud dropping down, all of that. And
it's tough to see if it's in contact with the ground or not.
Yeah.
It doesn't look that it is, but it might be. That's tough perspective from here. And more storm is
frequently light. This was early this morning, late last night, early this morning.
Yeah.
And guys, if we could just take this full so they can see the video.
There we go. So I guess that's in Dallas, Fort Worth. Yeah. Do we have any NATs with that? Any audio with that or no?
No.
Okay. Okay. All right. So you might be hearing it, might not. The audio is kind of low on that. Some of this.
All right. You know what? Let's just come back to us. Let's go do some snow stuff. Let's look at Copper Mountain Ski Resort. I think we have a live camera out there. So they've been starting the season a little bit early. You can just take us off so that they can see.
There we go, making snow.
Yeah.
Snow guns are going.
A lot of that.
Yeah.
So good news for them. And it is going to actually warm up a little bit. But again, we were just showing you some of those temperature maps. It looks like it wants to cool back down for them as we get going into the next week or so. But look at blue skies, cold air enough to blow snow. It's
beautiful, right?
It's pretty common at ski resorts to use these times when the weather is not cooperating, obviously, to blow the snow. But anytime they get a chance to do that, that's what they're doing. So that was it. All right, let's go to reporter Connor McGill. He went to the mountains in California to talk to an expert about the snowmaking. Take a look.
Well, they might as well call you Mr. Snow with your knowledge.
I don't know if I get that far, but I certainly love it.
Meet Brendan Ryan, a principal at Alpine Solutions. He's one of the experts ski resorts turn to as they try to adapt their snowmaking plans to a changing climate. For him, this all started early.
At one point, our neighbors came over and said, "Why is that boy outside in the snow?" And they couldn't get me inside. When I had an opportunity to dig into it a little bit deeper and ultimately turn it into a career, I didn't stop.
And now that lifelong passion has turned into a national job, helping ski resorts from around the country figure out how to make snow when the weather doesn't always cooperate.
With climate change going on, snowmaking is becoming more and more important every year.
And that's why Sugar Bowl is thinking years ahead.
Currently, we actually are under a master plan project for our snowmaking system, which we want to expand.
Because even with some help from Mother Nature, snowmaking is still a science.
A lot of science.
There is a lot of science behind it, yeah. It's not just flipping on the guns and going. Just for example, right now when it's snowing, generally we can't make snow because it's too humid to do it.
And as temperatures and humidity swing more widely year to year, experts like Ryan have to customize plans for every mountain.
Every resort's different. I live in Conway, New Hampshire, and it's quite a bit different operating out there than it is, say, at Sugar Bowl. But it's exciting and it's amazing. At the end of the day, we're all trying to create an amazing skiing experience, by using air and water to make snow.
I love that. I love how they do it in the big mounds. Like they know they're going to need a lot in this area. They just blow it, and then they move it down a little bit and blow there.
But they're super strategic, and it's pretty scientific how they do it. If the humidity's not right, if the temperature's not right,
much.
And if it's snowing, it's frequently too humid to do it.
Right.
So it's a waste of. What he didn't talk about in his story there was water. They need a ton of water to make snow.
Oh, yeah.
So water resources, and a lot of times it's a battle between the ski resorts and the local town and municipality because they are using quite a bit of water.
When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about some international stories out there where the weather's getting kind of wild. We'll do that right after the break.
I was involved in a very bad car accident. Called attorney Dan Newland, and it was like 1, 2, 3. Dan really got it done for me. At the end of my case, he got me $525,000.
As one of the largest personal injury law firms in the United States, my team and I remain committed more than ever to win big on your case. Involved in a car accident? Let's get started. Call me at 813-888-8000.
Thank you, Dan, for winning my case.
This autumn, give your home the upgrade it deserves. Save up to 20% during California Closet's Autumn Upgrade event, making it easier than ever to transform your space with our select finishes. Whether it's a walk-in closet, home office, pantry, or garage, our designs are about more than organization. They're about creating space for what belongs. We call it practical magic, expert design that feels effortless. Visit one of our 3 Tampa Bay showrooms or schedule your complimentary consultation today at CaliforniaClosetsTampaBay.com.
Windows are created and installed with different levels of quality. You need quality that can withstand the tropical climate. Our installers only install PGT custom windows and doors, so we are the go-to experts. Don't take my word for it. We have been named Best of Tampa Bay 3 years in a row, Reader's Choice in Sarasota 3 years in a row, and nationally recognized as Window and Door Dealer of the Year. Price is what you pay, but value is what you get. Give WeatherTight Windows a call today, and don't forget the cookies.
With a fresh new look and over 60 years of keeping Floridians comfortable, Cool Today is the name to trust for fast same-day service. Cooling, plumbing, and electrical. Our friendly expert technicians take the hassle out of home repair today. And Cool Today is here for you tomorrow, too. That's why we're introducing a parts and labor warranty on select AC systems for a lifetime. For cooling, plumbing, or electrical service, get the best from today and for years to come. Cool Today.
All right, Thailand is dealing with some flash flooding from record rain over the weekend. They've had a ton of rain. And officials there say that rainfall last week was recorded at 11 to 19 inches.
Oof.
And I mean, they can handle some rain, but wow. And it will continue actually to rain into tomorrow as well. Look at
So I was talking about this earlier on Weather Impact Live, and with flooding rains like that, you don't know how contaminated that water is. Last thing you want to be doing is walking and waiting. You don't want to be doing that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's brown, it's murky, it's unsanitary. So,
those people, mostly trying to get to safety, though.
Pretty much. And I get that, too. And I mean, that's better than not being, getting to safety. But if you can go via boat or whatever, and that's probably the safer way to do it. But
well, I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
You got to do
right?
what you got to do. So
Albania is also recovering from a week-long torrential rains. It hit the agricultural region of the country hardest because of river flooding, and they have more rain in the forecast in the coming days as well. So it's like, and the thing with that is, rivers tend to flood slowly after a rainfall event. So it stopped raining. Clearly, you can see in this video, but it's obviously terrible flooding.
It's still happening.
And then you add rainfall on top of this, and wow, and you're going to have more issues. All right, let's get us back here. I want to, real fast, because it's Thanksgiving week, CBS reporter Chris Van Cleve is talking about holiday travel. Let's hear from him. Here.
Millions of Americans on the move as we start this Thanksgiving week. Started with delays and cancellations in the Dallas area as thunderstorms moved through to start Monday morning. Those storms have moved out of Dallas. Delays are lingering but recovering. Watching weather in Austin and Houston, as well as the potential for delays here at the Newark airport. Otherwise, so far, the travel stretch has gone pretty well for the airlines. Cancellations have remained very low. Delays in the normal range. We expect passenger traffic to ramp up again on Wednesday ahead of Thanksgiving. And then for the airlines, the real crunch time, the peak of the peak, comes Saturday, Sunday, Monday after Thanksgiving, with the Sunday after Thanksgiving being the busiest of the